recording.
Sweet. That's hilarious. Buddy wound up his E string backwards.
I think he bought it in an auction because...
I was going to say, yeah, what year is this?
2011.
2011?
Yeah.
Now, is this Pelham blue, is this like, does this have anything to do with
This is a rare color. They only made it on
signature model?
Yeah, the Grohl is a Gibson. This is the Epiphone version, but, you know.
But it's the same color, right?
Yeah,
like it's the same color of Pelham blue?
Yeah, it is.
It's really gorgeous, isn't it? Like, it's
really
like a sparkle... Like a total sparkle
It's
finish,
totally
eh?
is. This is like...
And it's gorgeous from the back, too, eh? Like, look at that.
Can't beat that, man, for 320 bucks. Oh.
Fuck, that's gorgeous. What do these go for brand new? They're $529.
Five something.
But this was a limited edition.
The limited edition was $100 more, so...
I was going to say, they had to be a bit more expensive.
Plus tax, so like, when you're walking out, it's like almost $750, $800 maybe, after tax in a store, so... Anyway, this one's in good shape.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's a good find.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I can't wait to hear it.
It's really bluesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does this have the...
I don't know if they came out yet with the magneted ones. I think those came out in 2013. I don't think so.
Oh no, look at that.
Are they magnetic?
Well,
oh, they're tight as hell. Yeah, awesome.
That's awesome.
That's supposed to really help with the sustain.
Is it? Yeah?
Yeah, supposed to.
That's awesome. I really like the binding too. The binding is a nice color.
Beautiful, really, creamy yellow.
Really complements the blue, eh?
Yeah.
They did a great job. The sparkle finish.
They did a great job on this guitar.
You know, the thing about these guitars is they're so good. That's the thing that lets them down. They're so good. But this lets them down. The fact that they're not the Gibson headstock, eh?
That's the only thing.
That's the
only...
only...
to be honest, I'll save $2,000 and get this.
Well, but it's the only thing that lets it down. And it's, for me, for somebody visual like me, that's a big thing.
For sure.
But you know what?
But for playing in my house...
If you don't look at it, and if you don't worry about it, and if you don't have in your mindset that you want a more expensive guitar, I'm sure lots of people could play these things without never wanting the Gibson counterpart.
Well, you know what I like about this one? It's not your typical DOT. This is
a
limited edition. They only made about like 2,000 of these, and they only came out, I think, 1 year. So because of that,
yeah, these are cool.
This makes it really cool.
I really like my my Junior. Like my Junior plays awesome. Real well, and I would say that these limited edition models, the ones that I've played, because I've seen a few of these.
There's more attention to detail. I think that it's production, but it's not the same level of production as the regular ones.
Yeah,
it's much higher quality.
Yeah, they are. Now let's see if I can get that off. Is that just some schmutz?
Looks like glue, maybe. I'm not sure. I could take some sandpaper to it.
Well, no, I was just gonna say. I wonder what this is. I wonder if this is just. It is fucking totally something that's stuck in there.
Maybe the guy had some crazy glue on his hand or something. I don't know.
No, you know what it is? I'm sure it's glue from this stupid little thing that they glue here. I bet you $20 this came up like every Epiphone I've ever owned. This little E came up and Buddy tried to glue it. I'm almost certain that's what's happened here. And the crazy glue that he's put down here has melted the plastic a bit. I can tell.
You know, those pieces are like $10, so.
I have one. I went and bought one specifically for the last one that I had like this.
No way.
Yours sitting over there in the corner.
Crazy.
I went up. I posted online.
Louis.
But this one's blue, and your one's black. But the same thing happened to me. I tried to put it on with crazy glue, and it completely messed this up. You know what I ended up doing to mine? to get it to look better,
What?
I sanded the whole thing down,
Yeah.
and then I clear coated it, and then it looked brand new.
Oh yeah. Might do that
Have
later.
I must have.
Or one day when you own it. Because you said you wanted it. I think if you're looking for an inexpensive 335, you can't go wrong with these guitars.
No, you can't. This I liked my last one.
It's something different between this and a Les Paul. It's just a little bit more deeper in tone, I find, and it's not as heavy to hold and play.
No, it's nowhere
nice.
near as heavy to hold.
And it's got that nice echoey. Maybe that's
A
kind
little
of
bit, eh?
Yeah, the sounds a little different. You know?
Yeah, these definitely sound a little bit different.
And these pickups since 2010 are just a phenomenal deal. I mean, I can
Pro Buckers that they put in these?
They're
Yeah.
really good. Like I played it next to a Gibson 57, like a Gibson 57. It's
They're just
almost
slightly
you can
brighter.
slightly not hear a difference. It's like you need to have a really good amp to hear the difference.
Well, you know what I find with these Epiphone pickups is they're slightly brighter.
They are.
They sound just.
So you know what I do? I turn my tone down.
Turn my tone down.
Two notches, and I've got the same tone. Yeah, and I mean I've got a decent amp and some good pedals. I mean I can make it.
Yeah, that
sound like
Vibrolux
anything.
must sound awesome.
Oh,
eh?
it does. Yeah, I played it last night. Not loud because I think it can get loud, but yeah.
Do you have a place to do you play it in your basement?
Yeah,
Or?
I've got a basement like you.
God, you know what the problem is with this glue? It burns fucking plastic.
Yeah, eh?
And he's burned a bit of a hole here.
I think he tried to take it out with like a knife or something. But you know what? If maybe just spray paint it black again, or it's
You
not
know
a
what
big
I would
deal.
do too? I would take this fucking whole thing off.
Yeah.
Let me keep.
I don't even need to keep that
Let me
right now.
Keep this and fix it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I don't need the pickguard right
Because
now.
what
anyway.
I'll do is I'll take that little E off. I'll sand down the whole pickguard.
Holy crap!
Then I'll clear coat it, and then I'll put the E back on.
Man, you're the best.
Then it'll look brand new.
That's awesome.
Because that's not hard to do. It's not hard to make one of these things look brand new again.
That is literally the only thing that I saw wrong with it that I would have liked to have changed.
Yeah, it's not like these are not hard to repair. I repaired mine. I repaired my one. That's why I bought that little E. I was going to put it on there, and then when I sold it, I said to the guy, this is the only thing I haven't done. Do you want this? And he's like, no, I like it just the way it is. Ooh, that almost looks nice with everything.
It almost looks nicer without the friggin' pickguard. Eh?
Almost, eh?
Look at that.
Oh man, that is. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
nice.
sweet looking guitar.
Okay, let me get some tape on it because you gotta get going, eh?
No rush, man. I still got a half hour.
Okay, so here's my little. There's a guy on YouTube that I watch. His name is Philip McKnight. He does. He just started doing YouTube videos. Actually, he owns. I'm not sure exactly what his deal is. I think he owns like some sort of guitar shop. I think in Chicago. I can't remember exactly what city he's from. Anyway, he's American.
Yeah? Cool.
He's sending me these little metal. I don't even know what you call them actually, but essentially it's so that I don't have to do this bullshit with the tape.
Oh, it's like a layover, right? You
Put
it
you just
over?
lay
Yeah,
them
yeah.
over, and then I don't have to go and do all that this bullshit with the tape. It's fucking pain in the ass. But just give this a quick.
I don't think it's been played a huge amount.
No.
It's not a very old guitar.
No, this has been sat unplayed. You can tell. It's got like, look, you see right here. You see these little weird bits of fucking rust.
Yeah.
Like it just hasn't been played. This has just been sitting. This is a guitar that's been sitting unplayed. You can tell. There's no fret marks. There's no fret wear at all. It's just completely been sat unplayed.
What are you using there to polish that?
These are they're little stones, and they're just varying grades. So this is a sort of a medium.
Cool.
I got these in England. There's another YouTuber in England well, he's not just a YouTuber. He makes custom guitars called Crimson Guitars. And
Oh, yeah?
They sell all this shit. I bought a bunch of stuff from them a while back. Actually, I need to do the other one.
And it's usually those first 3 frets, that take the most
Abuse?
Of that, yeah.
Well, you know what's funny
And
is
the 12 area too, right?
what's funny is that when these come from the manufacturer, like look at these frets. These frets have literally never been. They were crowned, and that's that. They've never been touched.
Yeah.
But wait till you see those in comparison with how good this comes out. Well, you know, every guitar you get, I do the exact same thing too, right? And it's just these little. It's just these, like if they don't need to be cleaned up, it's just these little fret rubbers, and then I hit them with this shit.
Just sparkles after, right?
Yeah, and then this is just like the final little...
Is it like low-grade acid for the fret to clean them up, or is it like a polish?
This stuff here? No,
Yeah.
this is like fucking boat polish or some shit. This is
Oh, it's
just
a polish.
Metal, just metal polish.
Cool.
I get it at Canadian Tire.
Oh,
I bought that like probably a year ago, and I've used it on tons of guitars.
super useful. The tools of the trade.
Well, you know, I got that trick off of another Canadian YouTuber that I watched. Actually, the guy that got me going, doing all this shit, that got me inspired to do all this shit, Dave's Fun World of Stuff.
Yeah,
I don't. Have you seen Davey on YouTube?
I think so. No? Yeah, it rings a bell to his stuff. Does a
He's
lot
sort of an
things.
older fella. He's in Toronto, but look at the difference between just a little rub with those fret rubbers, and then from there to there, right?
That's super great.
And it's not just
Makes a
clean.
difference.
Oh,
It actually plays better.
Plays
and
way
it
better.
sounds better because of that, right?
well, plays way better. It just all the bending and moving around of your strings just feels like glass. This is what makes a fingerboard feel glassy smooth. This is what makes your frets feel glassy. Like when people say, "Oh, it plays like butter." Well, if it's got good setup and it's got really shiny frets are just smooth and they're easy to bend on. Your strings move back and forth on them properly.
And when it's worse than this, that's when you have to do crowning, eh? Is that what I understand? That's actually leveling. Okay.
Yeah. If the frets aren't level with one another, then we take some. Then I gotta do the whole thing, and then I flatten them out like this.
Yeah.
Until they get flat. And then you gotta come back along and you gotta crown them, which means you gotta put, because the tops end up flat, so you gotta just put that little sliver on either side.
Right.
I haven't done a fret job in ages. Like an actual full-on fret job.
It was probably one of my guitars.
I can't remember the last full-on fret job that I had to do. I thought I might have to do one to that black guitar that upstairs, but I didn't end up having to. No, once I cleaned it up, it was totally fine.
That black guitar sounds awesome, eh?
Does sound awesome, although I think I got a lower I think I got the bridge pickup too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little bit
Nasally?
nasally.
Yeah.
But I really like the sound of those pickup that Tex-Mex in the neck position.
Very bluesy.
Well, I've always, like on Strats, I always float between position 1 and position 2 almost exclusively, right?
Oh, really? I usually play 4 and 5, actually.
Really? Yeah.
I like the deeper sounds.
Yeah. Well, so then you like your neck pickup, right?
Neck. For the bridge, I'm all for putting in something a little heavier. Sometimes, a hot rails or something like that.
I like the hot rails. You know what I just can't get over with the hot rails? I don't like the fact that it looks different. I know it's a really stupid thing.
No, aesthetics do change, and that's true. Yeah.
For me, aesthetics, if I don't like the way something looks, I don't care how good it feels to play. If I don't like the way it looks, I won't play it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
My buddy has that 72 Strat, the one that I redid in blue for him.
Yeah.
Blue, and he put a hot rails in the.
Like a black one that clashed with all the whites.
No. He got a white one.
Okay.
But it was like, it just looks so odd sitting there on its own, and I know it sounds way better.
Well, when you're playing on stage, you hide it with your hands. So
well,
it doesn't
guys
show
on
as
stage
much.
don't give a fuck. Guys who are actually making a living doing this shit, they don't give a fuck about any of this
That's how it
stuff,
sounds
right?
in the end,
right?
right?
Like, get me a pickup that sounds good in there, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm on stage with this thing. Real people who care about this kind of shit are guys like me who aren't making any money, right? Like, who aren't making any money as a real musician.
Yeah, it's a hobby, right?
It's just fucking guys sat at home who care about stuff like this.
I saw this video with Jimmy Page. He takes a 1957 Les Paul, a gold top, pulls out the path, puts some other, you know, it's 1972, puts some other pickup in there. I'm like, no, does he know that he's just devalued his 57 gold top by like $10,000?
Except he hasn't because
he's
fucking,
played it, so it's
because
probably
he's
worth
fucking
more, right?
Jimmy Page,
Of
so
course.
he's added $20,000 value
sure.
to it.
I'm
And
sure.
that's the thing that kills me about this industry is like the thing that's like the thing about this industry, and especially the used market that you and I play around in, is like every famous musician modifies their guitar. Every famous music, most famous musicians have the most modified guitars. Look at fucking Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. He built his fucking guitar from some bullshit that he got at a, you know.
Yeah, totally.
And made like the most bitchin' guitar on the planet.
Yeah, even a non-guitarist, but still a great musician like John Lennon will, you know, sand his 1960s Epiphone, make it his own, you know, change the
Well, look at
bridge,
Eric
and there you
Clapton,
go.
right? Look at his old
Yeah,
SG.
oh, yeah. His Blackie is a bunch of parts from different Strats.
Is it really?
Totally. He took the best parts of like 5 or 6 US Strats in the day and he made his Blackie.
Really? Is that how? Is that
Not
the story
kidding.
behind it?
That's what I heard.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So he didn't just go to Fender on his own and say, I want all this shit. He just
No, this was
actually
before
had
he
a
was
Fender
popular.
that he fucked around with?
Yeah, yeah. His first Blackie, I mean, he was building it, I think, when he was hanging out with Jimi Hendrix in '67.
Is there any literature on why he gave up playing Gibsons? Because he
It's
started
because
up...
of Jimmy, man. He was so impressed with the tones you can get out of a Strat that he put his Gibson aside after, and he went to a Strat.
What do you mean, Jimmy?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, because of Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, he played with, like, Jimmy came up on stage there, and in one of those clubs in London, it's like a famous, you can Google it.
Okay, yeah.
And when he was playing an SG at
So
the time.
it's Jimi Hendrix that got him onto the
Jimi
Strats?
Hendrix made him think, oh, I gotta do this Strat thing.
Really?
And he got so into it, and he's like, he doesn't call it a rock and roll guitar, he calls it the ultimate blues guitar, right? And he's right. I mean, it's the Strat, nothing sounds quite like a Strat. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love Gibsons too, don't get me wrong.
You know
Look,
what,
I'm buying
dude?
an Epi, which is like a 335.
I personally prefer the sound of a Gibson.
Yeah.
I personally...
It's a little mid-more, you know, like a little bit fuller.
Like if you listen to, you know who I've become fucking obsessed with? I'll have to play you a little bit of it upstairs, is Roy Clark.
Roy Clark, eh?
You know Roy Clark from fucking Hee Haw Roy Clark?
I've heard of him.
Okay, so Roy Clark is like a magician fucking guitar player is what I'm discovering.
Really?
Oh my god. And you should see, like in the 60s, the Gibsons that he plays, like big 335s, with the old-timey Gibson script, not like, you know, not like new Gibson, but like...
Like Freddie King plays, man. Like the big red 335s. I love those guitars. I wish I owned one of those.
He's playing in this video, I'll show you when we go upstairs, but he's playing just the most amazing looking 335, and the tone he's getting playing that is just, that to me...
Yeah, those were magical years. Between 57 and 63, any Fender or Gibson produced in those years, they're just special.
They just sound magical.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to be, like, it's a mix of the amplifier technology at the time, and those guitars, and how good those players are.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right? Like, because you don't... We live in a day and age where talent isn't a requirement anymore. It's not a requirement to be a famous musician. Having actual load of talent, like kids aren't sat at home anymore, playing their little hearts out 10 hours a day, trying to become the best guitarist on the planet.
Yeah,
no,
it's sad. They should be, though.
Kids are sat at home going, how can I fucking get famous? How can I get famous and how can I do it quickly? How can I fucking
YouTube, man. YouTube has put it in their hands to broadcast themselves. And if you have any talent, somebody's gonna, and you look good, those people are gonna recruit you, man. Like
that's
Justin
what it is.
Bieber,
if you
right?
look good. I don't know about Justin Bieber. I'm not,
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying,
But
he's
does
probably.
the kid actually have any talent? Like, is the kid actually a talented musician?
I think he can sing, but I don't know if he's a musician. Like, I wouldn't call him that.
Like, does he play guitar? Because aren't his original videos him playing acoustic
he can play
guitar?
I mean, he can play guitar well enough. Not
well enough.
He's not a virtuoso or anything.
But from the way I follow that story, it's like his parents fucking put him on YouTube. He got discovered by I don't know who.
Yeah, it was discovered on YouTube.
Every fucking teen kid wants to get on YouTube and be discovered.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just the quickest path. Everybody wants free lunch. What's the quickest path to stardom?
Broadcast yourself, man. It works. A lot of bands are like that. But then you've got, every now and then, you've got a real band that comes out.
With some talent.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing, but that's what
Foo Fighters came out. Of course, Dave Grohl was already famous, but I mean,
But he's talented.
He's talented, absolutely.
He's a super talented musician. He's a great drummer. He's actually...
And he likes this color of guitar.
Yeah.
There's my segue.
Well, but also, you know what? I think he's become a pretty good singer. I think he's become a pretty talented,
musician overall.
Musician.
He's out with Paul McCartney all the time. Like, he's got friends everywhere, and he does the little clubs too. I've seen stuff, where like 120 people are in the club, and he'll
seen
play
where
that.
he falls off stage and then fucking comes back an hour later in a wheelchair? Like, that's pretty rock and roll. An 8-year-old camera. He paid. My brother makes a lot of money. He does. He works for a pharmaceutical company. Does neurological science. Runs clinical trials.
Wow.
So he makes a fuckload of money. Him and his wife both. She's an audiologist. So he's just got so much money invested in toys. And that camera that you're holding there, he paid, I think he said $1,200 or $1,300 for it when he bought it.
Yeah.
Never used it. Then I started doing my YouTube channel a couple of years ago, and I was doing it off my cell phone for a while, and then I borrowed an SLR camera, actually, that I'd sold my dad. And then he's like, "Oh, I can give you this camera." I'm like, "God, dude, would you?" And I've been using that to film YouTube videos ever since.
How long have you been making videos?
About 2 years now. Almost 2 years now, eh?
Wow.
I was checking the other day. I hadn't been looking. I was following the numbers really closely when I was just kind of coming up. But I was just checking the other day. I've got I just cracked over 4,000 subscribers.
Nice.
I'm over 600,000 views. Nearly 700,000 views.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, and that's a thing. Like, it's my view count that I keep track of. The number of subscribers doesn't seem to really make much difference. It's the number of views, because I see guys who are like me, who got 20,000 subscribers, but they have like a quarter of the number of views that I have.
How does it work? Do you put like meta tags and it looks for...
You know what, dude? I don't do any of that bullshit. I'm like the worst person. You know why I think this is what I was just about to say? You know why I think, ooh, sticker for my
your cabinet.
Cabinet. You know why I think my subscriber number is and view count are more well aligned is because I don't do stuff like that.
Cool.
I think what happens with people who are really good at tagging their videos is that they get a lot of initial views, and it's like a bait and switch. It's like, oh, you think you're coming to this channel to get something, but really, oh, that's pretty nice. I've never ever seen that.
It's a quality pack of strings, eh? Future Shop, man. Or Best Buy now.
Pelham! I've never seen anybody put silica gel in a pack of strings. That's crazy.
Safe. They were the cheapest ones too. They're like $5.79 a pack.
Well, but it seems like such a small thing. But like, if you keep your strings, because I've seen some of these strings, they come out of the packages are just all rusted and shit already,
Yeah.
and they look awful. But that's a good plan.
They look alright, eh?
You know what strings actually turned out to be really good?
Which ones?
The ones that you gave me for my birthday.
Oh yeah, those ones are cool.
I had used elixirs on acoustics in the past, and I liked them. But recently on YouTube, like some of the channels that I follow, people are like, everybody moans about the elixirs. Like everybody's like, oh no, the elixirs, blah blah blah. The coating just wears off and everything like that. And it's funny because you know the black one that I just bought from, the black Strat that I just bought from you.
Right.
I didn't have any nines to put on that guitar when I was giving it back to you, so I was like, oh, that's right, Richard gave me those elixirs, I'll just use those.
No, you didn't.
I did, I put those elixirs on there, and I was like, because I didn't have any nines, I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just put these ones on here for Richard, he'll like them.
Boomerang.
And then I'm like, when you gave it back to me, I was like, oh my god, this neck feels so good, it feels so greasy, this feels so good to play. Oh, wait a second, it's these elixir strings that feel so good.
Yeah, they're high quality strings.
They feel fucking fantastic.
They're more than twice as expensive as a normal string.
Like, I don't know, I can't remember, because I used to use the elixir, like before I got fixing guitars and knowing about any of this kind of stuff, like I used to buy elixir strings for my acoustics. I used to have a Taylor 310.
Cool.
Yeah, I paid like $2,000 for that guitar, brand new. I bought it at Lozon's. I dragged that guitar
Those
to...
will have some cool stuff, man. I was there the other day.
Yeah, they do. They have lots of expensive shit. Anyway, so I bought that guitar and I dragged it to Vancouver with me. I ended up selling that guitar for $1,500.
Nice.
But I used to put elixirs on that all the time. And then, like I say, recently I've been reading, maybe it's the string companies that are trying to get you to buy Dunlops instead of like whatever. But honestly, they feel great on that Strat, and I would try them again.
Yeah.
Based on that alone.
They're worth it, you know, they're good strings.
Oh, it's a good thing I checked.
They gotta be tightened.
Yep. They got to be.
They have never been tightened, I'm sure.
Well, that's par for the course. That's
so one good thing to do when you change your strings, check this stuff.
yeah. Oh, every time. Oh, and these are really loose.
Yeah. Or find somebody who knows what they're doing. This guy.
Hilarious. No, these are really loose. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to be this loose.
They're never touched. I didn't even bother. I knew he was coming to see you.
Hilarious. Yeah, this is a nice guitar. I can't wait to own it.
Ha!
In a couple of weeks when you're sick of it,
No.
I'll have enough money to just buy it from you. In 2 weeks, when you want to
Upgrade to some different
when you
guitar.
want to upgrade to something else, or a month, or whenever.
I've actually, just for you on camera, this is what we were talking about earlier. This little stuff here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that off there and fix it. It'll look brand new.
Oh, so,
And for the time being, so that we don't lose the screws, so that you don't have an ugly gaping hole, this is the best thing to do if you're going to take the pickguard off. You go to put your thing back on, you have the screws. Nothing I hate more than seeing an ugly exposed hole in a guitar, in a nice guitar.
yeah.
There we go, that'll do it. Okay, I think we're strung up here, man.
Awesome.
Let's go get this thing. How'd we do there? Oh, we need to come up a little bit. So, we need to come up a little bit.
I'll pause it for now. Oh, fine adjustments.
Here we go.
That's the one cool thing about Epiphone is that you can easily get to those types of things with a screwdriver.
Yep.
As well as the little...
People ignore these little adjustments, and then they wonder, why does my guitar sound like a fucking sitar? Why is it breaking strings? Because it's fucking set up improperly. Okay, let's go get a tuner on this. We'll bring it upstairs, and then you can take her home.
All right, man.
Bring that camera with so you can hear it. Fuck.
Go over to...
Yeah, it's always on these Epiphones. That one's rock solid. This one that I have is rock solid. I'm obsessed with learning this right now.
What's that?
Oh, just that Roy Clark song.
Yeah, buddy.
That's now my test for a pickup. I completely dial off the tone and see how it sounds. If it sounds good with the tone dialed all the way off,
it's got to sound good with the tone down because you get that woman tone, right?
Yeah. Oh, sweet, dude.
Sorry.
Oh, not at all. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds
You
good.
fucking play way better than I do. We got to sit down and play one of these days.